Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're Texas Toast Guitar. Why is this so white now? It's like really hot. It's like there's a how much do you weigh? It's like there's a 150-pound guy on me all the time.
Thank you for that.
So no, why is the camera so? Oh, there we go. Now that all right. Chris is trying to make me feel uncomfortable. Or he's trying to get me to fart.
Did it work?
The cookies?
No, they're somewhere around here, love. I don't. They're up there, right in front of you, right behind Jim. Hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for joining us for. See, you could have done all this stuff before.
I was too busy getting close to you.
I know. Thanks for joining us for the Sunday happy hour. It's going to be live. It's always live, but it's going to be a lot of fun because Chris has been drinking all day. So you never know what you're going to get, right?
Yep.
You guys do look really white.
I know. I think maybe we need to scooch the camera back. Would you do that?
That's going to help with how white we
look?
look.
I think what's going on here is like, I think that and then maybe we can, I don't know.
That's worse.
It's worse?
I don't know, man.
One of the things that happens in live videos is there's some stuff like maybe we need to angle the thing down.
Maybe is there a fat filter on this camera?
I don't know. So if you loosen this one, Carrie Ann, then the whole thing will just drop. So you'll have to kind of there. See, yeah, there you go.
So what am I supposed to do?
All right, so maybe tilt it forward a little bit. Let's try that. That still looks really kind of weird. See, if I go all the way back here, it doesn't look so weird. So that's why I said maybe if we move the camera back.
Oh, Bafangul.
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Great. Now it's a bunch of bull shots.
This is all stuff you could have figured out before.
I didn't buy the new camera.
I know. It's a new camera and it's a.
Yep. There we go.
It didn't do this last week.
Well, that's because we have a new camera.
Yeah.
So it's.
Well, the last time we used it.
Well, actually, people were whining and complaining about that. So, all right, let's do this again. Hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars, and we're live, and it's Sunday, and I'm happy to be here, and Chris is not.
And my name is Chris.
See, I told you. And, of course, the lovely and talented Mrs. Toast is here, and Jimmy is in the shop today.
He is. He's hanging out.
And that is...
I asked him if he wanted to be part of this, and he was like...
No, I don't want to do that.
No way.
No way. And there is talk of a new food option at the Upright Lounge. Now, if you don't know, and only a handful of people do know, the Upright Lounge is a place that it's Jim's place, but not everybody gets invited there. But some people get invited to the Upright Lounge when they come to take a class with Chris and myself at Texas Toast Guitars. Not everybody gets to come. It's mostly because like Jim has other stuff that he's doing too, and he can't have a bunch of yahoos running around all the time.
Yeah, he's got a day job.
Yeah.
He's got a night job.
Yeah. So it's not like just a free for all at his place, and you get to do whatever. But for everybody who gets to go, they're a better person for having gone. Right? Okay.
Absolutely true.
Okay. So and there's talk of some new foods. Maybe that will be. There's talk of. I'm not making any promises. I'm just saying there's talk. There's also talk of a chili cook-off at the JJJ Test Kitchen with Jim and myself, and maybe we'll make a super awesome chili and it's all going to be on YouTube. So if you guys like chili and you're looking for a chili recipe, I think we'll have some good ones. I think so. What's the matter? What do you like chili?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. I can tell what this is going to be already. It's going to be me struggling to all right. Well, we'll just see what we see. How about that? Get used to this, everybody. It's going to be Chris angry at me, and that makes me sad.
Angry?
Yeah.
No.
So Mrs. Toast is here, and she's doing this, of course, which means we have a super chat from our good friend Tony Lopes. He kicked in $5 because he's a cool guy. And I was actually working on Tony's guitar this weekend. And then you know what happened? I mean, you know what happened, but you know what happened? It's a sad, sad day. My beloved pin router stopped working.
No way. What are you going to do?
Well, we're going to try to resuscitate it, but the nice thing about the pin router is it's 600 pounds of stuff that doesn't go bad and a few pounds of stuff that can go bad.
Yeah.
We've traced it to what we believe to be the start capacitor is what we're going to try to change first. And there's some people here who are like, no. So I woke up last night at like I said, it was 2:00 in the morning, and my I woke up and I'm like, I don't know what to do if the beloved pin router doesn't work. What would you? I mean, without the pin router, we're kind of SOL. And you think this is funny, and you're just gonna like eat cookies during this whole pin router thing. No, I don't know how you can eat a cookie and while this is going on.
I am so bummed out that I can only find solace in cookies.
Well, dude, it's a big thing.
It is a big thing.
So
one of the funny things, and it's not funny, is you're like, so we need to figure out a way to fix it, or we need to figure out a new machine. And I'm like, that's not a thing.
What do you mean?
You can't replace the beloved pin router. You have to fix the beloved pin router, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a machine.
But what I mean,
and it's
just a machine.
No, what I mean is it's not like it's magic. It's not like
you're right. It's not like it's magic. It's magic.
No.
Remember the first time we got
thing.
Remember the first time we got it. We did. I forget what we did with it. We made something with the pin router, and it was like it was instantly. It was love at first pin router.
It was the Colfax Rose,
it was the Colfax Rose. Yeah, that's right.
In it. Yeah.
People are really rallying around like a medical bill fund for.
Oh, God bless you guys. So let's. Looks like there's some people. I know there's a lot of people who are watching. I know that Richard's here and Kevin's here and Ryan.
Yep.
I'm acknowledging.
Really hard at not being a fat.
I'm acknowledging people. Maybe you need a new T-shirt or some push-up pants. What's push-up pants?
I think those are pants you do push-ups in.
Those are Spanx. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people here who are watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Dastardly Dave, I bet you both the Dangerous Brothers are here. Joe is here. Michael is here. Kenneth is here. Zitherbeast is here. Frank is here. Steven is here. I know everybody's here. I see Jimmy. I see Stevie, and I see So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Doc kicked in $20 for beloved pin router rescue fund. Doc is going to be out here next year, and he is an aficionado. So he will probably really appreciate the new menu item at the Upright Lounge. Brad Hutchings says for the pin router fund. Okay, so he says rest in peace. The start capacitor. Okay, so he also says put the cookies down. Cookies are for closers. If the start capacitor is dead, long live the start capacitor. That's an easy fix. I think it's going to be an okay deal.
Yeah, it's a big machine. It's got a lot of parts, and parts are replaceable.
Ryan says pin router fix fund and for more cookies, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you.
Tony kicked in more money for the pin router fund. Thank you so much,
Kevin
Tony.
Too. Kevin Morris,
pin router revival. Thank you so much, Kevin. Hold on, there's a bunch. They're coming in fast and furious. Doug Santaniello, I haven't seen Chris like this since steak night. You guys, did you go to steak night numerous times with the Dangerous Brothers?
With the Dangerous Brothers? No. So in the last class.
Well, no, but with Doug and Dave and
I
the
think
guys.
we went twice.
We go to Mickey's a lot.
Yeah, in this last class, I went three nights in a row.
Steve Foligno says, Angie and Steve for the pin router fund. Thank you, guys. I don't think the pin router is going to cost too much to resurrect.
Steve Foligno.
Yeah.
Steve-O Foligno.
Karsten Hammer Hansen kicked in 200 of whatever dollars they have in Norway. I don't know what that is. Yeah. It's NOK.
It's
beer NOKs
really
for
great.
The currency curious. It's a metric money. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Spike's Guitar Garage says maybe it's time to upgrade to a big CNC. Spike, come on. We have a big little CNC machine. Jeffrey Egan says, for an extra pin, $10. Thank you, Jeffrey.
It's the Norwegian krone.
The Norwegian krone, of course it is. Charlie Setchell says, from pin router fun to yours, long live the beloved pin router. I love my pin router, and I have two pin routers.
Mm-hmm.
One is a tool, and one is a love affair. So yeah.
So
I'm going to try. I'm working. So you're taking tomorrow off, and I'm going to kind of in solitude go look for parts for the pin router while you're off having fun. I'm going to be. I'm going to bet there's not going to be any cookies. There's going to be no beer, just heartache and start capacitors.
Right.
I'm hoping.
Where do you think I'm going?
I don't know. I'm just imagining like
cookies and beer,
like the Playboy Mansion,
yeah.
the Trailer Park Playboy Mansion. Maybe I don't remember those guys. The Trailer Park Playboys. They were cool. They were fun guys.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, the pin router. Brandon was using it yesterday, and I wish I could blame Brandon. I still might, but
he was the last to see it alive.
He was the last. He touched it and it stopped working.
The cops would be all over him like snake on shit.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He went like this, and it went,
and he went,
yeah. And so it hums right now, like it's wanting to start. So on a single phase motor, you kind of need a little more something to kick it into gear.
Right.
And I think that's what's happening because it's humming and it wants to turn. There's power going to everywhere. Sparky D was here and he looked at everything and he megged out the motor. And I think it's just the start capacitor. So guys, keep the beloved pin router in your prayers tonight, please. And thank you. So anyway, I think it's going to be fine. Like Chris says, it's just a machine. Here, like Chris says, it's just a machine, and I think it's going to be fine to get it all working. And he's right.
What I mean is machines.
Why you said it like that is kind of peculiar. Your voice got really high, and
machines can be fixed. And
you're right. You're right.
There's no reason to think that it can't be fixed.
You're right, and we just need to give it a little love on the old pin router. Maybe I'll get some new grease fittings. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be really nice. So yeah. But it's a beast. It's a beast, and I want everyone who comes to a class to have to be able to say they got to work on the beloved pin router
and on the original pin router.
Yeah.
Not just a pin router.
Mm-hmm.
There's no T-shirt for the other pin router.
No, there's no T-shirt for the other pin
router at this point, right?
They do because you can't find pin router. I've looked. I would love to have another pin router. And actually, the guy who I talked to this morning is like, I sent him a thing. Hey, I'm interested in your overarm router. Oh, it's already sold. Crap.
Yeah.
So anyway, it wasn't a jet though.
Did you say you're welcome?
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have said you're welcome. Yeah.
Yep.
So, guys, I will keep you updated all week on the status of the pin router. If I get it fired up tomorrow, I'll make a video immediately letting you know that the pin router is okay. I woke up last night in a cold sweat, mostly because my dog was like all up on me and weighs 200 pounds, and it was like hogging the bed. But I'm going to say it was also because my pin router. I thought about it, and I'm like, what happens if I don't? What happens? Mm-hmm. Who am I without my pin router?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who is Richard Petty without that car?
Yeah.
Who are the Dukes of Hazzard without the General Lee?
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. Who's Matt Flaherty
without a pin router?
Without a pin router.
My man without a pin router. Paul McNary said just some jerk with a spoke shave, and I hate spoke shaves.
Yep.
So thank you very much, Paul. I absolutely appreciate it. Everyone who comes to the class gets to work on fixing the pin router. No, that will not happen. We'll be ready to go. Okay. So, Chris, what else has been going on?
So I came in today early because I wanted to take tomorrow off.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a bunch of yahoos in the show.
There were a bunch of yahoos here. It was a lot of fun.
It was, absolutely, but I didn't get what I wanted to get done.
Well, you'll have time this week, right? It's not you actually got a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, I got some stuff done, so what I found out, and I found this out before I even walked in the door, because the trash can outside, the lid was open,
and it was
littered,
overflowing with beer.
I didn't drink any of those beers.
Yeah, you're right. And then I walked in, and there was there were 3 beer cans sitting upside down, just like emptying out.
You know what happens? People leave like full ones.
Yeah. And I walked in, and there was the beer driblets everywhere, and I was like, oh, okay, I know what went on yesterday.
Well, but you didn't know who was here.
No, I didn't.
Because I didn't know he was in town until like early in the morning. Our good friend Mike Sumption. And remember, if you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and Mike Sumption.
And Mike Sumption.
And he lives in Texas now, and we haven't seen Mike for about 2 or 3 years. And so it was great to see him, and he hung out with us all day yesterday. And Joe Caswell came in, and Sparky D came in. Of course, Brandon was here, and Chris Moreno came in.
And I was not.
Mac
Chris
McMurray
Moreno
was
came
here.
by?
Yeah, and Mac McMurray was here. It was a great time. Am I missing anybody else, Love?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then Mike conveniently left his keys here last night, so he could come back by today. He spent the whole day with us again today.
Yeah, like a bad date.
It was
he left his keys here, right?
So it's like leaving your earrings on the nightstand.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I think I forgot my earrings.
So Kamikaze Kenny came by today, and his friend Mike's friend Ken and Jesse came by. Jimmy stopped by. It's been a fun weekend, just getting to hang out with people, and it got me thinking. It's another kind of a sad thing that I wanted to talk about today. Was the reason that everybody was here was because somebody died. Now that's unfortunate that, people have to wait until someone dies to get together, but that's, we're busy people and stuff happens. So who was it that actually died?
Well, so he was a fixture of Denver music in the 90s and the 2000s.
In the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
No, was it Mick or Don?
It was Mick.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Mike.
No, it was Mick.
So
Brother and Fast, right?
Yeah.
So the two brothers from Brother
Donnie
and Fast,
and Mick.
Donnie and Mick, are both gone now, and that's a bummer.
And
their original drummer is
one of their original drummers, who ended up being a cop and got shot in a burly bullshit thing.
That's it was really
but all of a sudden Brother and Fast is gone.
Yeah. They're like the Ramones. There's no one left.
Yeah. And for the longest time in Denver, you couldn't
swing a dead cat without
a dead cat without hitting a Brother and Fast show.
And they were sold out everywhere they played. You needed a knife to get into a Brother and Fast show.
Yep.
A Switchblade.
Yeah.
Johnny Switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that when I was in the Aquasonics, we were one of the 85 bands that opened up for Brother and Fast.
We did, yeah. We played with them several times. We were first in the 3 bands that opened for them, kind of a thing. But they were Denver music in a lot of ways,
and it got me thinking about. They absolutely were, and it got me thinking about what makes a great band popular. And, like if you lived in Denver 20 years ago, you knew about Brother and Fast. You knew about 18-Wheeler. And like what makes a great, awesome local band become a mega super band?
Right.
There had to have been a time when ZZ Top was a great local band, and then they became a mega super band.
Right.
There had to have been a time when, and I guess, you could say, well, it's just the record promoters and radio things, and that's probably true, but
I think that goes beyond the local thing. I think you become a local thing first, and people like coming out to see you, at least in the old days, right?
Yeah.
And then you become something else.
Yeah. How do you make the jump from local legend to worldwide phenomenon? And I don't know the answer.
Well, how do you become a local legend?
That's a good question too, because I seem to have like this reverse Midas touch when it comes to bands.
In reverse.
Yes, where every band that I'm in is Hollies. Me playing to 5 people and that are on the staff, and one guy that's my friend Robert.
And me, I was there.
Mrs. Toast was there at a lot of those shows, but there was some where it was just Nacho and the rest of the guys who worked at the bar. But yeah, so what makes that happen? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll be happy to take your questions. Mrs. Toast, of course, is here, and she'll be chiming in should she be able to get a word in edgewise. That's a big should. But I'm sure that everybody in every big city, every big town, even every small town, they probably have their own local heroes, right?
Right.
Local band guys who are super awesome and everybody loves them.
And some of them, they're like, I can't believe this guy isn't bigger than they are.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what it takes. You can see in a place like Nashville, that's got to be an even tougher nut to crack.
Right.
Because there's so many awesome people in Nashville. Los Angeles was, I don't know if it's still like that, but back in the 80s when you and I were coming up, everybody's band was from LA that we listened to.
My band was from LA, and we've never even been to LA.
What I mean was every band that was on MTV in the 80s was a LA band. I mean, there were some, but what was popular and got played on those things were hair metal bands.
Athens, yeah,
later on, yeah. And if you liked those bands from Athens, what bands were those?
REM, and REM.
Weren't the B-52s from
B-52s? But they sort of predated that.
They did
that whole thing.
So if you were a nerd,
yeah,
then that was what you were into. Athens.
Yeah. I used to know a lot of Athens bands, but
I'm sure there are a lot. And no, I actually really liked the first couple of REM albums. They kind of lost me in the middle there, but yeah.
As soon as you can understand the lyrics, it was over, right?
Yes.
It's like Red Hot Chili Peppers. As soon as Anthony Kiedis quit white boy rapping, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this Colorado native. There's something wrong with the white stuff here. I don't know what it is, guys. We're still working on it. It is the new camera, and I thought it looked fine the other day when we were doing stuff, and then it gets. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Send it back.
Well, maybe that's what everybody's saying right now. I don't know. So this is what is this, Jim? This is a
Imperial Porter.
Imperial Porter.
It's a whole lot of beer.
That tastes like wine and beer mixed together.
Yep.
Would you rather have a Coors Light?
Yeah, I think I might. Yeah. So there's a couple of guys who hang around here in the shop, and very, very excellent friends of the shop. One of them is our friend Brandon, and another is our friend Lance. Thank you. And they always they grew up in the Los Angeles area in the 80s.
Sure, I'll take one of these, please.
And they talk about how everybody in LA in the 80s wanted Tracy Guns to be in their band. Have you heard this?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not lying, right? I'm not making it up. You've heard them say that.
Yeah.
And every time I listen to LA Guns, I'm like, I don't get it. And so I've started to listen to them more critically, like listening for how awesome the guitar player is. And the fact is, he's buried in the mix. Yeah. And it's just their singer guy, high noting over everything. And I'm like, there's probably a lot of neat shit that we miss because this awesome guitar player who kind of got saddled with a band that wasn't so hot in the grand scheme of things and wasn't really allowed to shine. What you're
I don't know.
Okay. I told you we were going to talk about this like 5 minutes before we talked. I don't know why you weren't able to come up.
Yeah.
With it. No, I know.
So Tracy Guns, sure. I mean, that was always the rumor, right? Was, well, there was this guy, Tracy Guns, and there was, this guy, Axl Rose, and
I don't know. I don't really know the whole history of Tracy
either,
Guns and Axl Rose.
I mean, Tracy Guns. Okay,
so
sure.
like as I said, I've been listening to every time I hear a LA Guns song, I listen for the guitar playing, and I mean, it's actually really good.
Yeah,
but it's tasty. But the songs aren't as catchy as I think they could. They don't have that. They don't hook as well as some of those other ones. You know.
Well, and that's kind of the thing about all of that music, right? Was the hook. and
yeah,
and you had to have a hook.
Yeah,
and I still listen for that.
Yeah,
right. What's the hook?
Yeah,
what's the thing that makes you go? Huh?
Well, the part that you remember and the part that
the first time you listen to it, you're like, yeah, that's cool, and then
sort of like when you're listening to Jim Jam Jimmy and you're listening to track 17. Is it that or 18? You know, and you wait and you listen and then it comes in and you're like, that is that's the one.
Yep.
So awesome tunes with lots of hooks and so we're
it's all about the hook. Yeah. And if you can't write the hook, then you don't have a song.
Yep.
So
Tracy Guns, we don't know like why you weren't more popular, but
maybe
why isn't Tracy Guns the Slash that or why isn't I don't know the answer.
So I was watching a documentary last night.
A documentary
called Stuntman about this guy Eddie Braun that got involved in doing the Evel Knievel Snake River Canyon jump.
Okay.
And I'll try and make this shorter than it is. But at some point he's in a studio with Slash and some other dude and they're writing a song about this event.
The Snake River Canyon thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That he's going to recreate. And Slash is all about it because Slash is,
Is he Evel Knievel guy too?
Cool. Well, yeah, of course. Isn't everybody our age?
Well, yeah, but
guys?
Mike, I don't know. Like some people are like mega. Like you're a super fan.
But he knows enough about it to be cool with it. And I'm watching it and I'm like, man, Slash, that's really cool. But they're playing the track over all of the Slash footage, and it's like, okay, I guess. And then I finally realized, it's Slash playing. He's not just hanging out.
Okay,
with
yeah.
These guys, he's actually playing this track for this, Evel Knievel thing.
Let me ask you this. Something just occurred to me. How many Guns N' Roses songs can you name? Give or take. All of them, right?
20. Yeah.
Okay. How many Slash's Snake Pit songs can you name?
0.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's like I think you have to have that, like everything has to come together. Mm-hmm. I don't know what is another thing that has to come together with all the ingredients mingling together.
If there's lots of things.
I'm actually making a reference to one of Chris's favorite movies here. One of Chris's second or third or fourth or 10th favorite movie.
Well, I was gonna say the Cobb Dog. That everything needs to be just right for the Cobb Dog, but maybe a Big Kahuna Burger.
We didn't want to talk about the Cobb Dog.
Way to go, Chris.
Is that right? All right.
This was the top secret project.
Now someone else is going to do it.
I hope for your sake that Jim is going to be Jim.
Go ahead, tell him.
I don't want to not get invited to Upright Lounge because I blabbed about the Cobb Dog. I'm there for you. I'm gonna work on it with. No, remember in that thing you do where they
you can come over.
Don't say you love him. He'll come over there and press his hotness on you. Remember in that thing you do where he talks about the stew and it all comes together and that's one of your favorite movies?
Really? That's where you were going?
Yeah, I thought it was obvious. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That thing you do.
That was a good. We quote that movie all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Whoa.
I'm not so sure I feel comfortable with my music being.
Yeah. This is rock and roll, not polka.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, but what is it about? Like some bands are mega popular, and then you take people out of those bands, and they're popular for a little while, but they just don't have the same kind of tunes. It's not all the same mesh together. Or even Axl Rose with a bunch of hired guns wasn't nearly as popular.
Hey, let me ask you.
Sure.
You're from Colorado, right?
Yeah.
You like Buckethead?
Oh, sure. I guess.
That came up a couple times.
What it did?
Yeah.
Why would I? Why? What do you mean?
Well, I just really like Buckethead, and I was at the Gibson factory last week, and they're gonna reproduce that white Les Paul, the one that's slightly oversized. They're gonna make that guitar for Buckethead.
That's great. Is Buckethead from Colorado?
No, I just really like Buckethead.
This was a conversation Chris had with a guy one time. Yep. In Nashville. Buckethead.
And I don't know Buckethead.
I don't know from Buckethead.
Yeah. KFC, maybe. I wonder why he picked KFC.
Because the bucket? I mean, they don't have a bucket at Popeyes, I guess.
They don't, yeah. And maybe, there's got to be other chicken joints that you could get a bucket from.
Sure.
But I always think KFC and Buckethead.
I think that's what he thinks too. That's why he chose the buckets from there. So yeah, but yeah, so I don't know what
maybe
other.
They made him a deal on buckets. He's like, hey, I'm going out on tour and I need 35 buckets with eyes cut out so I can see.
No, he had a mask, but maybe they did make him a deal.
He had a mask?
Yeah, he had a mask and a bucket.
Yeah. And a bucket? Yeah. Was the bucket cut out like this?
No, no. He had the bucket on the head and then a mask.
Like this?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, no, he had a white mask and then the bucket.
Like Mushmouth?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
No, Mushmouth didn't have that.
Oh, no, Mushmouth didn't, but who was
Weird Harold.
Weird Harold, yeah. So like Weird Harold?
I'm not sure that Weird Harold got a deal from the Colonel
KFC.
either. Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Watch this. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You know who will make you a deal, though? Anthony Icavangelo at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. He's wheeling. He's dealing. He's in Denver. He's a Denver institution. Guys, if you are in the Denver area, please stop by our good friend Ike's Place, Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Sometimes he's in the shop. Sometimes he's not. But there's always somebody there at Flipside Music because they're open 7 days a week from noon to 1:30. No, you have to check the hours, but they're always there. And if you're not in the Denver area, the Flipside Music website is open 24 hours a day. So whether you're in Denver or out of Denver, you can buy from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Those guys are good buddies, and I cooked us up with some cases this week. We got guitars going all over the world and even to Texas. So There's one going to Texas tomorrow. So check them out, Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Also, please check out our other sponsors, Guitarwood Experts. Dan and Calvin at GWE are super cool guys, and I believe that if you type in code Texas Toast, it's in the description below. You get a deal on wood and stuff from Guitarwood Experts, and we get all of our wood for the build up, whatever classes that we do comes from Guitarwood Experts, and we've been nothing but pleased with what we get from them. And of course, all of our truss rods and a lot of our other hardware comes from John and Cheryl at Bitterroot Guitars. Bitterroot Guitars in the description below. Please check them out and give them some love. And last but not least, our regular sponsor, Hipshot Products.
Hipshot.
Who makes the best tuners, Chris?
Hoo-ha! Hipshot tuners.
I think so too. Who makes the best bridges?
Hoo-ha! Hipshot bridges.
I like it. Chris is we're experimenting with this new thing where he's kind of like a hype man.
Yeah. So go back to the Flipside thing.
Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
Flipside. They got your dip side, right? I was with you.
Something
else, and then I dropped.
Let's work on it. on it. We got a lot of these things to do. It's going to be fun.
Flipside. It's the hip side. You can order anytime. Just go to Flipside.
Yeah, boy. You're kind of like Flavor Flav and no.
and a thick white guy.
You're doing awesome. We could get you a clock because you know what time it is?
It's Chris time. It's Crint time. Crint time. We're gonna do it on the flip.
It's
side.
Okay. We're gonna work on it.
Yeah,
I promise you.
Whatever.
So thank you to all of our sponsors. It's very, very cool of all of them to help us out so much. So yeah. So has anyone said anything about like bands that they like that maybe they thought should have been bigger?
I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah, we did. We talked about
a little bit.
Like local bands that like what makes a good band a great band, or what makes what makes a good band or a great band a worldwide phenomenon. Phenom.
I think hooks, lyrics, and melody is what makes a band, or makes a good band
a great
band. Yes.
Okay. And then they have to have somebody pushing them to be like without a bunch of A&R support, right? I mean, that's
locally, you gotta have something for everybody,
and you got to play out a lot. Like you got to be everywhere.
And a lot of bands don't play music for everyone. They play music for dudes.
And dudes, as I can tell you, and you guys know too, this is what dudes do at shows, because it's
I'd have played that different.
I'd have played that better.
I don't really understand why he's using that much phase. In his guitar tone.
A lot of guys, and those guys are in the other bands that you have to play with.
Correct. Night. Yeah. And really, what you want to do is you want to play songs that everybody can get behind, and really, in a lot of ways, even if they don't dance, things that are danceable.
I'd buy that. Right? Yeah. Something that's fun to listen to and fun to like is how it was described to me.
Yeah. And if you don't do that, you're just going to be playing to a bunch of dudes.
A bunch of dudes with their arms crossed that are waiting to play.
Yeah. Waiting to play. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. My guitar rig's better than that guy.
My guitar's louder than yours.
Yeah. And you gotta play songs for people.
What about the phenomenon of playing songs for people that somebody else wrote, and then like you're just in the tribute? That's a wildly popular thing in Denver right now, and I'm sure it's popular where you guys are too.
Yeah.
The notion of a tribute band, a tribute to Boston, or a tribute to
Foreigner,
Tora, or a tribute to
Bang
Shotgun
Tango.
Messiah or Bang Tango.
Yeah.
A tribute to
Michael
Kick
Monroe.
Axe.
Kick Axe. Kicks.
Yes.
Halloween.
A tribute to Halloween. I'm sure that's somewhere. That's somewhere.
The thing. I thought that was a thing the other day when we were looking through that.
Yeah, that's right. You did. Yeah. You're like, is that a tribute to Halloween?
Halloween?
Like, I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And I hope that those people enjoy it, because what I think is going to happen is there's going to be a resurgence in making something cool that's your own. I hope that that's a thing. How familiar are you, Chris, with the story of what the Ramones were doing?
Pretty familiar.
So you're a cool guy. You know what's up.
I don't know about
the Ramones came along at a time when you played out live, there was no original music, and there was rock and roll had become this kind of progressive, kind of artsy rock opera stuff that not everybody could get behind. And what the Ramones did was they came out with, I'm sure that they didn't say 3 chords in the truth. I'm not sure who says that now, Steve Earle or somebody. But yeah, they basically came out with 1 chord moved all over the neck, and songs about sniffing glue and stuff. And they played at CBGB's, and the only thing that you couldn't do at CBGB's was play covers. So they had to play original music, and they came out and just clobbered everybody. And lots of bands who were around that time said, we want to be in bands too, and we want to write our own stuff. And the Ramones and Television and Talking Heads and those guys really kind of paved the way for people to make cool music that was new and unique, and strip all the bullshit down, right? And get rid of the 80-minute keyboard tambourine recorder solo in the middle of a rock song, and make a 2-minute rock song and just come out and punch everybody with it. I suspect that we are coming to the cusp of the tribute band stopping to be cool, and eventually kids making something neat. I hope that that's the case. What do you think, Chris?
Do you want
to pass or play?
I'm going to play, but from my view, from where I am,
Sure.
at 51 years old,
That's
so old.
Yeah.
You
and I might not ever see it.
But yeah, what I see is a bunch of 50 plus guys trying to relive their youth through cover bands and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see a whole lot of younger kids playing rock and roll.
How much of that though is because you and I are 50 plus and we don't party with kids?
And so that's part of the deal. But I wonder if it was a real thing, if kids were still playing rock, I would maybe see it. Maybe, I don't know.
I think we're too old to see it. But
maybe. But
I'm all for guys who are like our age having bands and having fun. And if it's a tribute band, okay.
Yeah.
And if it's a cover band, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder what the young people are doing right now. I don't know the answer.
and I've heard stories.
Okay.
But I haven't necessarily seen a lot of that going on.
I have a theory. As you all know, Dusty Hill passed this week. And I wonder if there's a kid out there watching TV or whatever kids do. And he hears that Dusty Hill died. And he goes, well, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
And his mom or dad says, oh, he was this guy who was in this awesome band ZZ Top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that? And this kid discovers a band like ZZ Top, he's probably not age appropriate for that band. You know what I mean? He's a young guy. And goes, wow, this is really neat. And he deep dives. And because of the tragedy of someone dying, he becomes exposed to super cool music that he wouldn't have necessarily heard of. And it comes around at exactly the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And that kid, tells all of his buddies about it, or they start a band and they want to make something cool like
that's
that.
The thing is that he can't just keep that to himself. He has to expand that.
Yeah.
And I think unfortunately sometimes that doesn't happen.
Well,
Justin Bieber got to start on YouTube videos.
And that's true. And fate only takes you so far.
Right.
I mean, it puts you where you need to be. You have to do the rest.
You totally stole that from Can't Hardly Wait.
Why do you have to wreck it?
Because you always steal my shit.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook 2 minutes later.
I don't know why you don't think I steal.
Funny.
I steal everyone's shit.
Yeah.
That's what I do. If you don't know that by now, then
this entire thing's been written out
months in advance.
Yeah.
So I hope that there is someone who is in exactly the right place at exactly the right time and decides that they want to start a band and they're into the Ramones or something. And they're like, everybody says, we saw the Ramones and then on tour. And then when the Ramones came back on tour, everybody who saw them had a band.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we love these guys and we can make music too.
So one of the funny things about the Ramones is, to be honest, you and I are not Ramones age appropriate.
No, we're not. Oh, I'm sorry. That is funny. No, you're 100% right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, but we like the Ramones.
Yeah.
And we feel like the Ramones are part of our lives.
Hey, everybody, it's your old pal, Maki.
Yeah.
Remember all those great Ramones songs?
Yeah.
Me neither. Yeah.
Me neither. Yeah. Somebody else made me say this. But generations after, I remember talking to kids when I was in my 30s and they were in their teens, and a kid would show up at my bike shop and he'd have a Ramones shirt on.
Sure.
He'd be like, hey, the Ramones, what's your favorite Ramones song? And they'd look at me like I had my head screwed on backwards.
Hot Topic, man.
I wonder.
But I think they thought that they were the first ones that ever discovered the Ramones.
In some ways,
that's certainly the way this kid thought.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, that's a cool one.
That's a band.
Yeah. Have you heard this or that or whatever? And so I'm not really sure where I'm going with this.
But I like where you got it. You got it. You're right on the cusp.
Bands like that maybe keep all of this going.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think that bands like the Ramones and Motorhead and guys that have cool looking shirts, maybe not Molly Hatchet, but
Motorhead. Molly Hatchet's coming to the biker bar,
Dusty Roads, the Dusty Roads Saloon.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Something Roads, Crossroads Saloon. Yep.
Okay.
We should go see them.
Yeah, we should. I don't know if anybody Molly Hatchet is probably more of a tribute band to Molly Hatchet with one or two guys who were members at one point.
Yeah,
than
as long as
anything
somebody
else.
can sing like this. I'm going faster down
Yeah, Danny Joe Brown.
White John.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like we got Tony Lopes. I'm going to sing one song for Mrs. Toast at the Cridman party. That's right. Tony's going to be in
here,
town.
Right? Yeah.
He's here for the Cridman party.
Okay, so I asked him what song.
Oh, he didn't tell you.
Well, he said, whatever Christmas song you want. I want to hear the 12 Lays of Christmas.
That's one that I'm not 100% sure will ever be heard again.
Well, Tony's going to sing it.
At the
He's not going to sing Big Titty Christmas? Take me to the liquor store for Christmas?
That's the one to sing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the hit.
Christmas, and Christmas again.
And that's at Odyssey Beer Works.
Cridman.
Christmas or Get Christmas.
Yeah.
Is it the Christmas party at Odyssey?
Christmas party at Odyssey Beer Works.
Right here.
And I got your Cridman swinging.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's, it's hot and muggy right now, but it's going to be Christmas time real soon here in Colorado, which I love. You know why?
Jingle.
I like Christmas. We don't do a lot of stuff at our house for Christmas, but I like Christmas.
You like Cridman?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, don't you like Christmas?
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
How do you feel about the Thanksgiving?
I'm better with the Thanksgiving than Cridman.
All right. I like them both. I think they're cool.
Yeah. I like Cridman music.
I don't like Christmas music because if it was as Mrs. Toast says, if it was so good, we'd listen to it year round.
Well,
yeah.
You don't. No.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But in some ways I could. There's some songs.
I keep forgetting that we have it's right around the corner. So there's so much cool stuff coming up. This month, because it's now August, this month we have a Build a Classic Telly class, totally full.
One of my favorite classes.
And it's the very first time that we have a father and son duo. That's coming up this time. So that's going to be really neat. At the end of this month and early September, we have a special guitar building guest coming. Had you forgotten about that already?
No, but that is, for the longest time, that was like
a million years away. Yeah.
So far out. Oh man, that's going to be rad, but yeah.
So this special guitar building guest
next month.
Well, yeah, I think I can't tell.
Today's August.
I can't remember if he's coming like the last day of August or first day of September. Right. We'll be here. Yeah. We'll be ready to go. This guy is coming out. You've heard him. You've heard his music. Yep. He's coming out building a guitar, and he will be playing that guitar live in the Denver area at a show with his band that you've heard of right down the street.
Right down the street.
And that's going to be cool. There's going to be a video for
and
that.
It is?
I'm not telling you who it is.
Not Bono.
It's not Bono, Ryan. Yeah. Then after that,
Reeves?
It's not Keanu Reeves. It's not Kiefer Sutherland.
Anybody know Keanu Reeves? Get him out here.
That would be fun. Then after that, we have two. In fact, in September, we have the only class that has spaces available, and that is the Build a Classic Setneck. There's one or two spots for that. October, Build a Classic Setneck, full.
I'm shocked that there are two spaces.
I think that they'll fill up. The November class, build and paint with Mike Learn, full, and you get to hang out with a buttload of cool people.
Dangerous Brothers,
the Dangerous Brothers, Jimmy,
Doug. They can all get a B&B.
Doug is one of the Dangerous Brothers.
Airbnb together, the Dangerous Brothers.
Rod is going to be here.
Yeah, Rod is the one.
Not Doug. Rod. Yeah. So the Dangerous Brothers.
I think Rod should actually be one of the Dangerous Brothers.
He should be. Yeah. That's not a bad.
So you got Rad Rod, you got
Hot Rod,
you got Doug, Dangerous Doug, and you got Dastardly Dave.
One of the things though that I like about the Dangerous Brothers is that they both have names that start with D. Doug Danger and Dave Danger.
Yeah, but the R thing just makes me laugh.
Rod Danger.
Danger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we could
Rowdy Rod.
Roddy Danger. Roddy Danger.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Rod, if you're watching, please send us a 10-page paper on why you think you should be one of the Dangerous Brothers.
Be one of the Dangerous Brothers.
Here's the thing. The Dangerous Brothers currently know each other and hang out. They've never met Rod. They will, but they haven't. I am told that there is at least something happening at the Upright Lounge in November. Then, of course, in December, we have the Christmas party at Odyssey Beer Works. It's going to be off the hook.
And that class is build a
classic Fender. Sold out. That's the second class where we have a father and son, by the by. Ryan and his dad.
That's going to be fun too, because Ryan's a returning guy. So
So it's going to be, there's lots and lots of cool stuff happening coming up. By the way, if you are interested in 2021, because like you are a human and you have to plan things out, we have most of the class schedule for 2021. 2022 is up on the website now. You can go and check out all the classes. Build a classic Fender, build a classic Telecaster, build a classic set neck, build a classic bolt-on, paint your own guitar. They're all up there. The only thing that's not up there, wind pickups with Dylan McCurchie from Dylan Talks Town. How cool is that? The only thing that's not up there is build and paint with Mike Learn. There's going to be 2 of those next year. And we're kind of waiting on Mike to,
just figuring out what
he wants to do.
Because Mike is a artiste.
He's a free spirit.
He is, and
he's a in the moment guy.
Yeah. I mean, it might be paint blades of grass with Mike Learn. You just don't know.
I hope it's not that. Turf guitar with Mike Learn.
Yeah. Paint it flat black with Mike Learn. That sounds like a class.
That sounds like a good time. How much is that?
Yeah.
So
it's going to be something cool.
There's two definitely super neat things.
Yeah, he's got 2 new ideas, and Matt and I are like, let's just repeat one of the other things we got. And
I love the idea of new things.
And Mike's like, no, let's do something new and let's push something new.
I think though that limited edition stuff is neat, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
So like, by the way, this week we have to paint the body of the new limited edition thing that we're doing for that guy. It's going to be white and black.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about?
Let's paint the new edition thing that we want for that guy.
I realized that I could have said that better,
and
I didn't. But we have to do that this week. Okay.
We have to paint a thing for a guy.
One of them is going to the only Philip McKnight, and the other one is going to another guy.
Okay.
I think his name is Sven Grammersdorf. It's not.
Sven Grammersdorf.
It's not that. Anyway,
he and I have been in contact.
It's actually a guy named Chris. But anyway, but I think that Chris is short for Sven Grammersdorf.
It is, yeah. Krint is short for Grammersdorf.
So Mrs. Toast, is there anything that you would like to say before we call it a day here?
Well, Jeffrey Egan said, I'm waiting for the painting with Bob Ross class.
I think you're going to be waiting a while because
I replied already saying once we're all dead, we'll set that one up.
What about a painting with a guy with a fro like Bob Ross? Now that Mike Learn has to wear a fro wig all week long.
And say the word happy way too much.
And be really
put a happy little bullet hole.
Kind of be
a happy little bullet hole.
Kind of be like a mellow guy.
Yeah.
Hey everyone.
And here's where the Nazis,
those goddamn Nazis. First rock was Van Halen 1982. Country had seen a lot. My hometown was home of the Statler brothers. They did a free 4th of July concert with the guest Johnny Cash. Who's that? And June Carter, Mel Tillis, and Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed. Thank you for that, Michael.
Jerry Reed.
We were talking about our first concert.
Could flat out play.
Jerry Reed was the man. Yeah. He wasn't just the snowman. He was the man.
He was the Claw. Yeah.
The Claw?
Yeah, that was his playing style. Was he?
Because he would with
this.
Okay. That's cool.
Like this.
Oh, you know who else was here? Speaking of guys who would play with their fingers but not make that face, was Richard Ryan. That was Friday though.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Friday was kind of there was a little bit of drinking going on here at Texas too.
Yeah. Thing.
No power tools got used this weekend. You know why?
Because there was a million people here.
And you know why else?
Because there was a million people.
You know why else? My beloved pin router didn't work.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you to everybody for all of your hopes and prayers and even your dollars to help me get the pin router working. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure the pin router is 100% operational in a few days, no matter what Chris does.
Well,
Chris has got no. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
You know,
you're going to be out like
I'll be
sniftering brandy and stuff. Probably
praying to Jesus that the pin router.
You're going to be eating filet mignon and drinking that $500 a glass stuff where you guys hang out.
Yeah, like this.
No, I know what it is. Eating caviar and Hardy's Perfection $500 a glass brandy and stuff. I know what.
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
I know what you guys do when you don't invite me to do things. Don't worry about it.
That's how I roll. Yeah,
I'm not.
Look, that was.
It's probably the
$500
Prince of Monaco or whatever,
brandy
whoever
guy.
you hang out with.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So
I'm just gonna go ride my mountain bike in the woods tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what's happening. So anyway, Mrs. Toast, is there anything that you would like to let everyone know before we go?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. It's always fun to hang out with you on Sunday. I will keep everyone apprised of what's going on with my beloved pin router. I've got two new videos coming out this week. One is about wood binding and one is about fretting bound guitars. I hope that you stick around to check them out. We're gonna do a Thursday live stream. We are going to do a Thursday live stream. Oh, and there will be a reveal video this week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one in mind?
Nope.
Okay, but we got one.
Yep.
We're gonna do something different with the reveal video this week, though.
Yeah, totally different.
Totally different.
You were gonna read People the Riot Act on this whole thing.
I was gonna. So we've got a few more minutes. Let me read People the Riot Act. So the microphone that we have and the setup that we have is not conducive to doing a live video where we play.
Correct.
Something happens and something goes wrong. So from now on, reveal videos will not contain us playing the guitar.
Correct.
So that's for the 5 people who go, hey, your guitar is really awesome, but you should play better and have a better thing. And Phil McKnight figured it out, and why can't you?
Yep.
Well, because we're not in a studio. That's why.
Yeah. And
so Phil is super awesome, and like I said many times, has been an ally to us when he didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Which goes a long way in my book. But he's in a studio where all the stuff is set up. Mm-hmm. We're in a wood shop where there's not a bunch of stuff set up. So yeah.
So until the time comes that we feel like we can make a solid live guitar demo video, we will not do live guitar demos.
And it has to be set up to where it can be easy to do, because we're not going to set up a bunch of stuff for a 20-minute video.
Yeah, because a lot of times these guitars are done minutes before we do those videos. Yeah. And
you're 100% right.
Let me ask you this question.
Let me ask you.
What is a Les Paul with pickups called Seth Lover humbuckers going to sound like?
I have an idea already in my head.
What's it going to sound like?
I'm going to say it sounds like a Les Paul. Yeah.
With traditional pickups. Yeah. So don't give a shit about. Yeah, I'd really like to know what that guitar sounds like, because you know what that guitar sounds like. It sounds like a Les Paul with traditional Les Paul pickups.
And maybe we can do, or either that, or we don't do any more live reveals. Which way?
That's a bummer.
No, but we'd have to do like pre-recorded reveals at Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store, or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we could do that too.
Yeah, we could get Greg Koch to show up and play.
But I think part of the allure,
an extra $1,000.
Yeah, I think part of the allure is that look, it's done, it's hot off the presses, and you can buy it and it's on sale.
Yeah, and really, you know what they're going to sound like, right?
They're going to sound as awesome as they look.
Right. Yeah. A 3 P90 guitar is going to sound like a guitar with P90s.
Yeah.
Times 3.
Yeah. It's going to sound cool, and it does. So until we can find a microphone that pleases everybody on the internet, we're just going to stop doing stuff where we play. We're just going to show the guitars.
Yeah.
And you know what? The people who bellyache about the sound, you know what they'll say? oh, I really wish you would have played the guitar. No, they won't. Yeah. Those guys are
and those guys will never buy a guitar from us.
No.
And
they'll never buy a guitar from Guitar Center.
How many guitars do we have in stock right now?
2. Yeah. So
not exactly hurting for a guitar set.
There's some 13-year-old kids who want to just bitch about stuff on the internet, and that's fine. But yeah.
And they ruin it for everybody.
They do. They ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's be done before we
that sounds good. All right. So, guys, thanks for joining us for the Sunday Happy Hour. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. Thanks to Jim and Mrs. Toast for hanging out with us, too. It's always super cool to see the very alluring, very charming, very seductive Mrs. Toast in the background. Lord knows I love looking at her. Do you need to go outside so I can watch you walk away? I hate to see you go, babe, but I love to watch you walk away. So, guys, until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. By the way, there's 2 on sale right now on the website. We'll see you guys next time. Lots more videos coming your way soon.